Good evening once again. I know a lot of us have waited, months maybe, some hours, some days, Shayla and them, I'm sure just a few days. But we are here at the event for Transglobal Cargo, celebrating our 20th anniversary, which is actually, in February, but we've already gone through to it now. What we're gonna do before we start, I think we have Mr. Morgan Kaveda to open for us for the prayer. But for those who don't know, I am James Kulu. I come from South Africa. Basically, I am part and employed by Transglobal Cargo. Kesh, you know that? All right. Okay, Mr. Kaveda, please.
Let's bow our heads in prayer. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you this evening as we celebrate this 20 years of being with Transglobal. The center of this company through Teshni and Suni. You've been part of this time, Lord, that we have spent this 20 years. Through the bad, through the good, in the economy, whether it was, but you've been the center of it, that this company is a successful company. And Lord, that even as we know your words has come to us, if we don't know the bad, therefore Lord, we want to thank you for being with each and every staff member. Lord, even as we enjoyed it in the Wild Coast, we're also enjoying it with the management team here in Mauritius. We can reflect back and think that the directors and the shareholders could have just closed the business and retired. But they had this passion in their heart to continue, and thus providing employment and providing job opportunities for each and every one of the staff, that they can come together today and celebrate this wonderful occasion. And I pray, Lord, that you would be in the midst of us and be with us, Lord, as we continue. Even the accolades, the words that will come forth, oh Father, we want you, Lord, to be in our midst. And Lord, that we celebrate it together with you. In Jesus' name, amen.
The Sunday, if it was my church, I'll be testifying now. But I'll hold that thought. Guys, I think the spirit of today's event has to be a celebration. While everybody looks good, except for me. When everybody looks good, I think I like to see the smiles, I like to see the joyousness in every person. We've came all this way. I'm sure each and every one of us want to walk out of here having enjoyed the evening. And we're marking it as an event. I, for one, know personally it's an event of my life. I'm going to wait for something to top this up. I don't know how long I have to wait. So I just want to make sure everybody understands we are celebrating a very auspicious occasion, but the main theme is to celebrate. And in celebrating it, we're respecting also the journey that has taken us through to here. Leading to that, I think I need to just make sure everybody understands. We've got actually 3 Mr. Kavendas in the room. Kavenda, the son of Mr. Morgan Kavenda, who's a brother of Mr. Sugi. Alright, so coming up next to give us a few words is Mr. Sugi Kavenda. And I think with all the introduction that has happened in the past or even today from Morgan, he is a hard-working man, and I think we caught a clip or two in the previous life or in the past where he was working hard. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sugi Kavenda working hard.
Moments of working very hard. The program director, ladies and gentlemen, the Transglobal team, the children that are here, it is such an honor to address you on our 20th year of celebration. In 1997, just three years after the democracy, I had a dream. And that dream was to start a company that could demystify customs clearance and forwarding. It was an awesome task in that it was a highly regulated and bureaucratic industry. In the natural, it seemed impossible that it could be done. Taking that into account, I had to write the vision. And the vision was very simple, which we still hold dear to us, is to provide a boutique service to our clients in a simplistic of manner. I'm a very simple person in my thinking, yet I deal with complex matters. And I found that the bureaucracy in our industry was just unwanting, and I wanted to change that. Now that is an awesome task at the time, 1997, armed with just an overdraft, full of passion and nothing else. It was 5 years into my marriage, I was turning 40, and here I am embarking on a business that I didn't know where it would go. But here I stand proud today and say, we have come a long way in that we are part of the companies that challenge the large multinational corporates in our field. And what did it take? We have an awesome God that supported us through this vision. He's an awesome God. He's given me an awesome wife that stood by me. Many would have thought that I was reckless. I thought my thinking is very big and out of the box, but she stood steadfast knowing that I knew my God and that He would provide for me all the way through. In that journey, He gave me people that worked alongside me. Puven was one of the first ones that joined us, an awesome guy, started as a driver and here he is today. You'll all know him at where he is now, but you'll forget where he started. We were chatting yesterday with James and said most of the drivers had risen up in this company, with Cynthia as well, started as runarounds, going to customs, Ishmael as well. And it's such a proud moment to see each one of you have grown. Through the video, we would take you through a snippet of what happened to us, and you'd see how young everyone looked then. We had a lot more hair, it was a lot more black, less stressful, but the journey was worth it. We've had our downsides where we nearly bankrupt once. We had challenges of cash flow, deferments, loss of major clients, but we are a company that makes a comeback. We come back, we don't stay down. We're a resilient company. And how does this happen? Whenever we face challenges, we go on our knees and pray, and God takes us out of those situations. So I will be failing if I do not say thank you to the Lord for what He has done for us. Before I hand over to the program director, I'd like you all to stand up with me. Lord, we thank you for this 20 years. Bless our company for the next 20 years to come. And we will give you honor for all that you do for us. Thank you, everyone. Program.
I think this does deserve a full round of applause. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Governor, Mr. Sugiga. Of the journey of Transglobal Cargo, we're going to take you through it on the video. Please enjoy it.
We are the one who makes it happen. We are the world in motion. We are visionaries free of boundaries. We are the skies, the seas, and the land. We are everywhere. We are the one who saw nothing. We are the builder of dreams. We are hope and optimism. We are the power of global trade, helping people live longer. We are the champions of progress. We are thinking of today and the future. We are the helping hand, and we are here for you.
The journey of Transglobal, you may ask me, how did it start? It started with 3 friends that sat together doing an MBA course at DUT.
We first started Transglobal in Oslo Building. in Smith Street, Durban. We had just 2 rooms.
And I was always passionate about getting back into logistics. And I asked the guys, I said, you know what? I've got some money, why don't we start this? And I give you equal shares to start this company.
Transglobal really didn't make much of an imprint into the industry by then because we were still trying to find our footing.
We really struggled, and I know that at that period of time, for the first 6 or 7 months, it wasn't a partnership that was going to be. It was just getting ignited and start business. I had a lot of passion, and I believe in business you have to have passion.
I started the Transglobal being a young age.
Sure that it is easy enough for the younger generation, the novices in the industry, as you know, South Africa has been transformed from the previous era to the new era. And there were newcomers into imports that didn't understand what imports or exports was all about. And again, when people tell me that, no, it can't be done, and I show them that, yes, it can be done, I believe.
Joined the company, I also had a lot of ambitions, and even outside of them, to study further outside of the industry. And Transglobal has really allowed me that, and there's never been a boundary. It's always been about if you can do more, go for more, and the company supports it. So it's a good place to be there.
Working environment at Transglobal, we are a very unified company, which makes my journey with Transglobal very rewarding. Transglobal is here to empower and multi-scale in every facet of our global industry.
My reasons for senior management in the startup years are really impressive. With the amount of achievements they made, be really impressive, and it's inspiring me to actually to be a part of this team that also work together even under the most amount of pressure.
So he is self-taught, he can read and learn for himself. However, he did not have the finances and the privilege to continue studying at a tertiary level. Greenrods, which is a mega shipping company, and he did not have any skills except typing, so he started. He did not have a midnight, he did not have computers. We did not have fax machines. It was telexes then, and I'm very sure most people are going to know that. So he used to type out all the company documents, finished his work. He could not sit and do nothing. He would go and help Lynn, and then would give him filing to do and organizing to do. And this is where he acquired filing skills. So now, our staff at Transglobal would know why to be so finicky when it comes to filing.
Transglobal has positioned itself in, we are regarded as valuable contributors to the industry as a whole, globally, not only locally. I sat in customs advisory committees, helping them to understand
Which is the major South African cities of Johannesburg and Cape Town, creating a national network.
We've been working with Transglobal now on the logistics and industry.
Good turnaround time, quality service.
Opposition handle the shipment, there is no difference to the custom. The way the difference comes from Transglobal is if the shipment is then stopped or questioned by the respective authority, is how we address that. And turnaround time and how we get that addressed and released to the custom, that makes us different from the opposition. And that's always been our goal. If it's a shipment that has a category, we get involved at all levels. From our CEO level right to the clerk level, we always try and brainstorm.
I didn't know and taught me his skills. He has encouraged me to know my true worth and to pursue my goals.
From a job office, I would say the goals would be the company has increased.
This national footprint guarantees the company ease of access to not only the largest cargo port in the country, Durban Harbour, but also the use of all major trade routes to the country's interland and economic hub, inclusive rail, road and air infrastructure. We at Transglobal firmly believe in and are committed to the delivery of the best, most reliable and predictable service to our clients. We recognize the need for and importance of service excellence as a way of life in South Africa and set out to achieve this ideal through regular and timely communication.
Guys, and will always in our prayers. God bless you all.
When I came in, I was rushing for the bank not to close. I parked the bakkie at the drop zone. I rushed into the bank. But I'll let you know what happened after that. Pube Naidu, our COO, please come up to the stage.
Not really prepare anything. So then say talk from the heart, like Mr. Governor said. So maybe we have a video. I've actually grown with Transglobal. And you know, recently the one thing that stuck in my head was I've been privileged of over the recent month of meeting some people from our industry that's got years of experience more than I have. And I actually spoke to the other colleagues that, yes, especially James and Ashton, I said, no, you know, we're going to learn a lot of new things from the people because they've got much more experience. And, you know, it came to light at that time, interacting with the individuals, not to put them down in any way, but the experience that I've got from Mr. Governor far supersedes any of the experience I could have ever got from any corporate company. And that's what opened me up because area of our industry. And I think that goes for everybody that works at Transglobal. And I think people that have come and gone, you need to see them, not only that prosperous because of that. Because when you work at Transglobal, you're not held back in terms of your potential. Whatever your potential is, basically, it's up to you to where you want to go. It's what you put in, you get out. It's the company allows you luxury of, you know, basically flying. So I've grown with the opportunities that were presented to me. And I think I'd like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Governor for that. Because without Mr. Governor's guidance, I would have never been where I am today. Just to give you a bit of history, when I was in school, I wanted to be a doctor. That was my passion. Actually, I did it for 2 years of my life, but it's not really a life. And even when I started with Transglobal as well, it was a strange story because I was actually in Johannesburg at the time and wanted to come back to Durban, and my dad spoke to Mr. Governor and said, you know, this like wants to come back to Durban. And then at that time, Mr. Governor said, he's starting a company. Let's, you know, let's see if he wants, he can come and work for me. And that's where it all began. And at that time as well, I think so. When I spoke to Mr. Governor, it wasn't. We couldn't see beyond, I couldn't see beyond what the next step was, just being a customs driver, going to customs, and I didn't, you know, taking documents, I didn't understand the documents at the time. So, you know, going submitting documents, but not knowing what you're submitting, and then that's how it has grown, and here I am today. And so, like to, and all of the staff as well, and James, Ashton, Krishni, from our days at Mayville, and having the support of this. I mean, Cynthia and Ismail, I mean, fortunately I've been moved around the country as well. I worked with Ismail for a period in Cape Town. Ismail was so relieved when I left Cape Town, and you know, listening to, we were talking to one of the agents, so we were talking to CRI Pumps, Ashton and I, and the guy says, he's thinking of going back to India, and he says, he doesn't mind going there, going back, but there, the senior managers sit in the office for no specific reason, and all the junior staff have to sit in the office until the senior guy leaves, and then he can leave. And at that point, I thought, and I sit in the office with Cape, I said, one day, it's like you have the driver going to customs, didn't have to be there, but he made sure he sit there with me. At that time, I decided, okay, I'm done now, go home. But he's quite that type of person. You know, you sit there, you won't leave you. Maybe you've got nothing to do at the time, but that's the person he is. And Cynthia as well had the fortunate experience of working at Cynthia in Johannesburg for many years in Cape Town. Well, Cynthia wasn't the case, right? She was, but Cynthia, the work is there, she'll finish it. She's also not a cock watcher. And you know, and both of them, I mean, customs affairs and so forth, they've grown tremendously from the time we started. And so has James as well. But James used to sleep at his desk because I shouldn't give him any work.
Give me some work, give me some work. And he used to even come in on the Saturday. That's how dedicated James are. He used to come in on the Saturday and still doing nothing, but he would insist on giving something to do. And that's how he's learned. So it reminds me of me. It's a good story. But I think I've got a story for each one of. So I think we'll be here for too long. So I'll hand it back to the program director. Thanks.
Mr. Nadu got some good advice. We did warn him about the time.
Thank you, James. Thank you.
It was merely just to try and make sure that after his speech, we allow everybody to still have dinner, enjoy the evening, and you know, yeah. I wanted to just, before we go to dinner, I wanted just to finish what I was telling you guys. The banks at the airports normally close late. I'm not sure what the time is now, but at the time they used to close at about 5. When the normal banks, this was before Capitec came into the industry, the other banks will close their doors at 3 for 3:30 or 4, but after 3 you can't get in. So this one time, a particular client gave us cash. They were paying us, so I had to take that money, and I was based in Cape Town. So I had to take that money and go find a bank that was still open to make the deposits. And the only place I had to do it was at the airport. And I had, I think, 150,000 rand or so in my hands. So there I am, rushing to the airport, and I already had a phone call that said, James, make sure you bank that money. So now I just wide apart. So I couldn't take a chance. I went straight into the drop-off zone, parked the Transglobal cargo bakkie, rushed into the bank. And luckily I was the only one there. So deposited the money, 5 minutes later, got the deposit slip, out I go. Had a shock of my life. No Transglobal bakkie. That was the first time ever I had to make a phone call that says, I can't find the car. And I already knew the car is stolen. But I just want to know if anybody saw anything. And what a relief when the security told me, no, they towed the car. Yes. Okay guys, on that note, let's have dinner and we'll continue with the speeches and presentation thereafter. Again, dinner is served. I think this time I'm right to say you can have anything and everything on the table. flying, like my time this afternoon when I was getting ready. So I'd like to just continue with the program. Yeah, and I think before we move on to the next item, is everybody seated? Renessa? She's not. Puben is here? A little bit about how it is to work with Mr. Puben Naidu, Mr. Sugi Governor, and of course, Teshni. Ladies.
Last 9 years, since 2008, and it's been quite an experience because we started off in accounts, and when I found myself stagnating, I spoke to Mr. Gordon as well, and he approached me when they wanted opening to become his PA and HR. I didn't even need much time to think about it, and I just went into it. I am still learning, and there are times that I may not know much, but he is guiding me through it, and I thank him for that. Again, I've been working with him since 2008, and he's always been extremely accommodating. He's always there to assist me whenever I don't really know what to do, and I also thank him for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. You know, a lot about everybody here. You know, I remember Mr. Parker when he was still working for then an opposition. What is the company again? Freight. He himself can remember it. And at the time, Transglobal Cargo, we did have our own presence in Cape Town. So we had a Durban office, and yes, we had a Durban office at the time. In Cape Town, we were still using so we used Global Freight, and there was a gentleman there who was called Zain, and Mr. Parker, we used to work with Zain at the time, and we used to be always on their toes, and I can imagine what it was like doing work that has been done by Transglobal, because we'll do the bill of entry, for those who didn't know, we'll do the bill of entry in the Cape Town office, and then fax the copy to Cape Town, to Zain and Ishmael, for them to actually copy that bill of entry and do it on that side. And when even a kg was off, we'll send it back to them to fix it. You know? So that's how I met Mr. Parker, and then eventually he joined us later on. The story with Cindy is always amazing. You know, I think yesterday she was telling us a little bit about how when she joined Transglobal, just at the time she then also had her first son. And one of the experiences was anything that's got to do with SARS, she'll run down to SARS and get it and whatnot, and at the same time she'll go to the airlines, documents, draw cargo and whatnot. And when she was 6 months pregnant, she fell on one of those stairs, rolling down, I think it's 12 staircases. We like to forget that. I think there's a lot. I'd like to introduce Mrs. Teshni Governor, and let us share with us some of her experiences and being with Transglobal. Thank you guys.
Bonsoir, messieurs and mesdames. Je t'aime, Mauritius. Do we love Mauritius? You want to stay in Mauritius? And everyone's fighting to open an office in Mauritius. Oh yes, and we have to do something about this. We have to give an award for the best behaved child this evening. And amazingly, it's going to go to Tristan. Tristan, my darling, I forgot you were around tonight. I didn't hear your voice. So we have to give you an award tonight. What can we give you? This cake? Would you like this cake?
He's just waiting to dance.
Oh, see? We have something for you. For the best behaved child this evening.
Wow.
Let's give him a hand. Wow. Congratulations,
Well
Tristan.
done, you see, you've said quietly.
Thank you.
Say thank you.
Say thank you, Tristan.
So we've reached quite oh, okay, you're welcome. It's a pleasure. Oh, you can open it. He's excited.
Okay, open
He's excited.
They'll probably be asleep by then.
You can open it now. So we've reached quite a pivotal moment in Transglobal, and I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to our amazing staff. Thank you even to the spouses. I'm for sure a lot of stories get carried back home. And poor spouses have to listen about their stressful day. You want to say something?
That is the biggest complaint you
Where do I even start with? It takes us half an hour to get home every day, and that half an hour is not enough. I have the marshal with me sometimes as well.
Hey, dog box for him tonight.
Okay, Dad, it's fine.
To Cynthia, and I really say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Because we have grown to really depend on you in Joburg office because you've proved yourself time and again. And you know, it's not just dedication to Transglobal, it's to our clients. And even to Ishmael, because you guys never complain. I mean, Cynthia, we know you're a mom and you have children, but you'll never complain when you'll have to work the weekends, the late hours, and Christmas Day. I think you worked on Christmas Day, Cynthia. Any special day, Isma, you worked on? You don't celebrate Easter. You can work every Easter weekend. I think some of our Durban staff this year worked on Easter weekend. Is that true? Thanks, guys. Thanks to your families, because I know you have plans to be with the family at that time. And we do have to put our clients first, because it's the nature of the industry. So to your spouses, especially those in operations, when your spouses have to work long hours or weekends, you just have to understand it is the nature of the industry, and believe me, you can do nothing about it when they have to take their calls, whether they're sitting at the table or whether they are in the toilet and they have to read their mails.
Amen.
I cannot change that. And we started when we didn't have cell phone only, so you just stayed at home. And so thank you very much, because I do know it's quite a sacrifice on your meal time sometimes at home when you're having dinner, on your weekends, going out for supper and you have to get up the table to take that call. So really, real big heartfelt thank you to you all. I want to say thank you for being a visionary. Most times, as much as he says I support him, I am quite scared actually with some of the ideas he has, especially when we go on holiday, because that's when his mind is so free. And for sure, if you read Richard Branson's book, he always says, when your mind is actually empty, and when you are relaxed on a hammock on the beach in Mauritius, in the sunset, that's when you get creative ideas. And so when we go on holiday, that's when Sugi usually gets a lot of his ideas. And so I want to say to Sugi, you know, it's wonderful in the way you always challenge, I suppose, not only me, but those working for you. It's also quite advantage that you are technologically advantaged, so you can improve this industry and revolutionize it all the time, because it is quite a technical industry. I want to just say a very big thank you to a lot of our staff that have been with us and have moved on as well. They all contributed in some way, even though some may have not left on a good note. I think some of you are probably aware of them. But I do want to also place on record, they did come back and apologize to Sugi and ask for his forgiveness. And we're grateful to them because we know they did contribute and make amazing efforts in the company. And I want to just say to, Puven, he started off with us, as y'all can all see, when he was 21 and now he's in 40 something, think. So yeah, half his life was at Transglobal. We're glad that we have also our families working with us and for their commitment in the company, and those who are not even blood families, you all have become a great part of our family. I want to say thank you to people like Sean. I mean, we could call upon you at any time, even for our personal lives, and you've always been there. So Sean, we appreciate you and your family and all the efforts that you've made for us, Thank you, Ashwin, as well, for all the runarounds sometimes that you do for us. And Devin, I think you've become, Sugi's personal PA as well. And Sadie's. So, I think that's basically what I have to say. Am I 5 minutes over now? Who's keeping time? Okay. As James comes up here, I also have a little story to say. And when James started with us as well was quite young, as everybody was very young. Most of them who started with us didn't even have families, were not married at the time. And yes. And Ishmael, stand up. So some of the ladies, Mauritian ladies here can see who's single. Yes, when James started with us, and James, y'all heard Puven say he used to sleep at his desk. That was because Puven was responsible to train him. And Puven was too busy doing work and didn't train James. Right, James? That's why you had to just sleep at your desk. But one of the things we usually do when people, and James had no idea about the industry as well. We have it wouldn't be called a parastatal, it's a government department. And it's called Customs and Excise. It is where you pay your duties. It's a department of SARS. And we engage a lot with Customs and Excise. So when a new employee starts with us in operations, they have to go out on the field, on the road, to see the different departments we work with, suppliers, like ships agents, how we go about doing the runaround on the road, and where's the, what do you call it? Wharfages, where you play wharfages and all that. Anyway, Kevin was going to take James out on the road, and he said, okay, James, come, I'm going to take you to Customs now. And James was like, Customs? He thought Transglobal had a custom that you had to do. So James doesn't remember this.
No, he remembers.
He remembers. You have to come and do some homage before he starts at Transglobal. But I want to say thank you to James, and that is so true. James has always been an aspiring Lutando, your daddy is very, very aspiring. And the one year we had, for our year-end function, we had like an Oscar night, and staff had to vote for the stars, and every staff member voted for James as the most aspiring. I remember when he was working in operations, and even when we were installing new accounting software, he would come and he would learn. So, you know, in those aspects, he reminds me a lot of Suki. Always wanting to learn new things, never wanting to be bored, like you heard from Puven, that even on a Saturday, he would come in. Probably, James, you didn't have a girlfriend then, eh? I mean, to want to come in on a Saturday. So, James, that is such a wonderful quality, and I know you would make great strides. And even when you had left us for a while, you had come back with greater skills. And so it was a season that was needed, you know. And thank you for always having that curious mind. And you know, there's a challenge I like to put out to the staff, and not just to James as well, but to some of our key staff, Ashwin as well. You know, one of the skills that is lacking in this industry is the interpretation of the Customs Act. I don't know if there is, I've been out of the industry so long, so I don't know if there's any youngster that knows the Customs Act and how to interpret it, like Suki's generation of captains of industry that in the shipping industry that knows how to interpret it. You will be setting yourselves apart in this industry if you can spend time reading the act and understanding. Because even if you don't know it, while you'll have Suki here to guide you with the interpretation, all it's out the logic that is in it, and you can challenge customs, because that's what it's all about, is challenging them, and it does not mean they are always right. Because I remember every time Suki challenged customs, we won. And that is something I learned from Suki as well. You know, when I was working then, okay, I didn't know much about even how to do entries. I was just learning on my own. But Suki was traveling at the time, and I needed to understand something about, what do you call those things now? I've forgotten. The entry number, title, tariff heading. Yes, I needed to know something, and I was like, oh, what do I do now? I can't get hold of Suki using Lesotho, and it's so difficult to get hold of him there. So I phoned the World Customs Organization to help me. So you don't have to be afraid to even call them, because they are there to help us. Don't just be the data capturers. Desire to be greater than where you are now. Desire to be set apart. If you have chosen this industry to be where you're going to work all your life, be set apart in it. And you will be more valuable than anybody else. Okay, Ashwin?
In Transglobal, we know how to work it. Thank you, James. Thank you, James. As you all have seen, Puven and Cheyenne and Sadie as well. They're working it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think let's give another round of applause. Thank you so much. I just had to keep Mrs. Station Governor here. Not that I have a few words to say about her, but I think there's just one more task that you can do for us. And in doing so, could I call Puven onto the floor, please? Let's give him a round of applause as well as he walked down. I think Devin is just putting a clip for us. While we're doing that, could I also have Mr. Governor come up here, please? Mr. Sugi Governor, that is. While he walks up, we'll just quickly take a quick glance at the clip and technology in Mauritius. They need us. I think this is just a clip of some hard work, which we are going to.
Krishni, thank you for coming back on board in Transglobal. Krishni started with us. She had like just finished school and we're still studying. And Krishni had such high hopes, she applied for the reception as well. But having looked at her CV and she had, I think, all A's and her exceptional report, we decided no, we put her in accounts. And so I want to say to you, Krishni, thank you. I know Transglobal, we really put you through the paces because you had to learn and do so much. Krishni at the time not only managed Transglobal accounts, you managed our personal accounts because at that time it was cashbook. You managed our investment portfolios, you were building, and you just so graciously did everything. So you have an amazingly big capacity. And thank you for coming back on and joining us when we've grown and for bringing in the skills that you have learned as well. So, Puven, I just want to say that Sugi and I, we have a lot of time for you because you have a lot of time for us. You've put a lot of time into Transglobal. You have sacrificed the half years of your life in Transglobal. Sugi and I had to sometimes take Puven aside and say, Puven, go on a holiday. You don't work for stones. Go overseas, take a trip. Puven, enjoy your life too. We had to try and teach him some balance. I think it's just because he was a workaholic. I say was. He now has a new life. So therefore we very, very appropriately bought you a gift to say thank you. I'm not sure if you want to say anything.
Well, Puven, you've been who you are, like an extension of myself. Whenever I say something in half sentences, he knows what I mean, and he runs with it. And his loyalty, it's unsurpassed. I really appreciate that. He's my go-to man when I think of something, whatever, of a new idea, or whatever at the business. I would sometimes call him at odd hours of the night, and he's always answering his call. For some reason, Kindle with the cell phone reception is terrible. Whether by choice, I'm not sure. But he's the type of person who would get back to me, and we brainstorm not only as an employee, regarding him as a friend, and really someone that I could impart to, because I know it's not wasted. When this little gift that we're giving you from Transglobal, from Krishni and myself, it's something that we hope you treasure. It's, I'm sure you'd love it.
Thanks a lot. And the last few words. I mean, you'll always sit by me, no matter what. You'll always be with me, and I really appreciate the gift. And I know it. And you see, I'm the family asked me to measure the Rolex watch. In our family, at least, it is never heard of you. I mean, in my immediate family. It was so like lost because they come to you and they measure and it's a total different experience. And you know, it's I don't think thanks.
Enjoy it.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, Koven. As well. One last little capture here. I've got Renessa. Over to you.
On behalf of Transglobal, I'd like to make a dedication to Deshni, who holds many roles here at the company, and our shareholder, our sole shareholder, and the chairperson of the board, as well as the mother of our future CEO.
Okay, one more time before you guys leave. Guys, we've put champagne on the table just to make sure it's non-alcoholic, and we're going to be using it now as we cut the cake.
I want one. I want one too.
Be loyal. In 20 years.
Sing it. Sing it. Oh, this is a beautiful cake. Hip hip.
Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Well, we can't sing Joy Goodfellow to the company, can't we? Wow. Well, I think while we're doing the cutting of the cake, I would like to, I'm not going to do the feelings. I think everybody should just take their glass. So it should be difficult. Yeah.
Okay, to Transglobal, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. I thought that she was going to say a few words.
I'll say a few words now. I would just like to thank Mr. Governor and Mrs. Governor, Sigi and Deshni. I was 20 years old when I joined Transglobal, and I've learned a lot from Mr. Governor. He's taught me that customs is not always right, and Deshni, just to reiterate on that, I think I've picked up a lot from Mr. Governor. He's taught me that no is not an answer. So when dealing with customs, you always have to challenge them. So I will excel in that aspect. But it's been a privilege working at Transglobal and learning everything there is to learn about the industry, because I came in fresh from, I worked a bit in the industry, and I came just as a student and ended up staying for 12 years now. So,
wow,
it's been a milestone, and I think every day is a new challenge. James and I sit and discuss, and Mr. Governor throws us curveballs every day, and we have to find solutions. So it's a very dynamic business that we work in, and I know for our families, sometimes it seems like you're spending a lot of time, but it's stuff that we learn, and it's every day with the reward of just seeing that your customer is happy. It sort of takes everything away. I mean, I was just telling Christina now, looking at the Ferraris on that clip, you can look at it every day, and the exhilaration and the passion that you have for that never leaves you. Whether you look at it, I mean, the showroom is downstairs, but it just never leaves you, and that's the passion that, I think all the staff that are here at Transglobal share that passion with your views and your goals. So I think that for us is the highlight of working at Transglobal. Thank you.
Thanks, Ashley. We really appreciate
Where a customer could go on his smartphone, book a shipment for clearance, book a shipment for freighting, and at the click of a button, it happens. Submitting docs to customs, where interpretation is by artificial intelligence, that it could read the documents, interpret it, and automatically classify it and submit it to customs. Can you imagine that world? It's not going to do away with people, but it's going to be a world that is so simple. Can you imagine a world without Google? People try to imagine a world without an iPhone. They go with Samsung, but they realize how they failed. But a world that it's so simple, and that's what life is all about. Taking complex things and making them simple. That is something that God has put into my heart, and hence, Go to Clear It is being born. I've been slow in this, not by choice, but of circumstances, but it's a dream that's now swirling in me, reality, for where Transglobal now transforms into Go to Clear It, where people will all work with smartphones. The bureaucratic approach is over, and I welcome you all into this world, where we go into gotoclearit.com.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here, this evening, tonight, in Mauritius. Go to clearing. We're going to hear about this. You will see it. Some people read about it in the newspaper. Some will hear about it at home.
On the way home.
All the way home. So yeah, it's going to happen, and I think I'm grateful, guys, that we are here and we get to share this experience with the team at Transglobal Cargo management, who've been so great. Grateful to us all. And the fact that we are here, for me, I still have to say, once again, sorry. Has she lied, you know? Okay, so yeah, but just before I go towards the closing of the program, I also do want to share with you guys that being a Transglobal Cargo, one has grown really. I think I saw the pictures. Huben's hair were black, they're grey now. So that's growth on its own. I'm not going to say. We're still going back to surf. Is that it's very sensitive to one's heart. I know grounds is an excuse to get things, we do that, my people. But I think having been a Transglobal Cargo, you sort of get to actually learn a few things. And you mentioned when I wasn't a Transglobal, the one thing that always haunted in anything from anybody, I went to study, but I still wasn't. And when I came back to Transglobal, I was so shocked how much I could still learn. And I always wonder, how does this man do it? And I think that's one of the small things that drive me every day. How much can I learn from the team around myself, and how I can actually go back and sort of take not the knowledge but the skill and use it in a private life. And I think Sugi, in a very subtle way, he teaches us that every day. In as much as Transglobal Cargo is a logistics company, in as much we move goods from every part of the world into South Africa or out of South Africa for our clients, but that's the work. The skill behind that is actually the item that one can take home. And I suppose that's why when the call came, I can see by a show of faces here, the sponsors were also willing to get up and come here, because they know the people that we are, even when we come home or when we're at work. There's always got to be, and I think those years I spent in the Saturdays with Kuben, learning and some days sleeping in the office, But really, I think the ultimate word of that has been the person that I am today. And I'd like to say thank you very much to Transglobal as a whole. Having said that, don't cry, Papa. Having said that, I think I'm gonna just allow Durban to give us the votes of thanks, and we shall have thereafter the dessert and as well the dance floor will be open. But I think let's have the formalities first. Thank you.
Please go to my notes on doesn't everybody look stunning? I think they need to give themselves a round. I just want to thank God for giving the vision and the wisdom to Muslims to open this company 20 years ago. Without his guidance, I don't think we will grow this far. As we saw from the club, they started with humble beginnings with just 3 of them. Now we have 3 officers and I've lost count of the staff. With God's guidance, they have grown this company and made it hugely successful. So successful with the help of Prevail that here we are celebrating 20 years, 2,800 kilometers from the office. In this beautiful country that as some of us would never imagine that we would travel to. And I was saying she's going to have big shoes to fill, but she's already there. She's a technocrat just like a dad. So she's halfway there. As she'll be probably pushing roticreator.com as in future. I just want to do this lifetime, once in a lifetime opportunity. And we have really enjoyed this place. We didn't have to spend a cent. You don't have to spend a cent to enjoy everything that's been provided. From the meals to the entertainment to the activities that you can take part. Thanks to Renisa as well for putting everything together. And I just want to say, Mr. Governor pushes you to do it. I would not, yesterday he said, please get a roving mic. Every staff member will say something for at least a minute or 2. And I said, but I'm doing all those things. He says, well, that doesn't exempt you from doing that. And it really pushes you to your limit and beyond. And I thank you for that, because it's really, really grown every one of us. From, as you said, from the driver to the clerks, to the accounts department. We really want to give the best because we expect the best. And lastly, red team, blue team, yellow team won fair and square.
Thank you so much. I'm not sure what the red team.
Sorry.
You're quite right.
We have to give you something.
Right.
To pay for it, the book chance.
Yeah, but you paid for the wrong
Excuse me, I'm still standing. Gentlemen, behave. Mr. Baka. Yeah, I know. This gentleman does that. In 2 minutes, just give us your words at Transglobal Cargo and how you've seen this event to be tonight. Just so that we can all. Thank you. Mr. Baka.
Oh, what am I going to say? I've been at Transglobal for 13 years. It's been an experience, and here's to the next week. Here's to Transglobal. Thank you. 2 minutes.
It was short. I like the emails I always see.
Hi everyone. I've been at Transglobal for the past, I think 13 to 14 years. As Mr. Gavan was saying, I started as a runner, drawer, and I was working with Durban, but initially, I think when I started, Logan was still around. And actually, the reason for me to join Transglobal, I went to the office after I had Sarah that had, she passed away. And actually, I was looking for a job for a friend of mine. And Logan said, also bring your CV with. And I said, no, I'm already working. And he said, no, we're not looking for your friend, but we're looking for someone who can fit in for Sarah. And I think you are the right person. I didn't have a CV at that time. Then he said, no, it's fine. We'll give you time. Go and type your CV and bring it in. And 13 years later, I'm here and enjoying it. And I'm looking forward to another 20 extra years with Transglobal. I'm not going anymore. I'm enjoying myself. Thank you. And lastly, to Mr. Governor and Mrs. and Venezuela, Transglobal as well, thank you guys for bringing us here. This is some of us, it's the first overseas trip. So the reason for me to take the passport was to come here. This will be one of more to come. Thank you.
So much, Ismail. I want to just say something about Ismail. I mean, I've had so few words from him. Really. But when Ismail writes, wow, anyone who ever read his, he writes letters to customers, he is amazing. And we are so privileged to have someone with such writing skills at Transglobal. And Ishmael, I want to say really publicly thank you to you because your humility, you know, it is just, I haven't seen something like, you know, when Sue and I come to Cape Town, you would really go out of your way, carry our bags, come pick us up, you know, and that is, you know, sometimes out of your working hours. Always so humble and always so helpful, so gentle. Thank you so much. It's a real special thank you from my heart and my soul for just being such a humble guy. You really bless us. James, oh, and while I'm here, I also want to say thank you to the venue. It is beautiful, guys. Isn't that so? Yes. Wish we had something like this back home. It is really beautiful and so relaxing. Thank you to all the staff here. You've been so gracious to us. And let's give a hand for the chef. We've enjoyed the food. Isn't that so? I'm sitting here going for second helping. Something that's really very difficult. So thank you once again to Mauritius.
Thank you so much for your words. She's with somebody that I met. I remember because it was Andy's first birthday, and you still are on the pictures. Okay, she's gonna give us just in 2 minutes as well her experience at the.
I just have to thank obviously Technically the team for making all this possible. As somebody mentioned, that I need something to top this off. And we don't get this opportunity, and I really thank them and I thank God for answering some of my prayers. As a spouse to a Transglobal employee, and most of you guys know didn't work with us and then left and came back. I guess it used to be tough, especially when you had kids at home and you don't see them very much, but now it's so much easier because, as everybody gets older, you just relax. The longest I know is 3 years, and I have a rest when it's not at home anyway, so that's my rest time, when from 5 to like whatever time my free time. It's really a handful actually when it's around. So it's not that I'm very happy. I don't even bother going actually.
Unfortunately, comes in. Get out of my comfort zone. Thanks again. Thanks. My hands up.
Pointed people, but I was wondering, it's been, how many now? 5 days in Mauritius? And with some observations, I've seen some romance around the Transglobal. And I thought I'm just going to ask the crowd to tell us, who do you think has been the most romantic couple around here? I think so too, but yeah, I think I've learned some skills. The hand holding, massage, I'm learning. Okay, just before, I think we're almost done. Can I ask Mrs. Governor on that side to say just two more, in 2 minutes, have a few words. I mean, she's got 2 men at Transglobal couple. She's got passion and she's got more in the Transglobal. That is going to be an experience. There you go.
I'd like to thank Sugi and Teshni for this opportunity that we are all enjoying. And as for Morgan and Ashwin, as Keshni said, it's a blessing when they're there. So we enjoy ourselves when they're at work. It's fine. No problem, they can stay there. Thank you. Thanks so much, Sugi and Teshni. I really am enjoying this holiday.
On that, I just want to add, so you all know what I go through. Same family. So Keshni, I know what you mean. They can fidget and always be busy and in your face. You do really want them out.
Okay. Thank you so much from everybody who has so. As Mrs. Teshni Governor is saying, yeah, it can be an experience. I like to also only look at the good side. You know, I know Leon has a very good side. I see the flowers Leon in the office. So I think there are some good stories to tell about employees, Transglobal employees. All right. Just before I cross over, Morgan, this is on. There you go.
Good evening again to each and every one of you. I want to thank Teshni and Sugi for giving us this opportunity to come to Mauritius and enjoy it with all the staff, the management staff. Reflecting back on, I may speak a little bit different about what went on, about the growth of the company. And you just see, one would ask the question, what is a company? And just like Justin Bieber sings, he says, I love to be in your company. And that is what it's all about. It's people being in a company and enjoying that company and enjoying the same skills in that company and growing in that company. And it's just chugging along, but it's 10 years. But if now you've noticed Krishni and James have come back, and I'm sure they've looked at the company now, it's grown into a different era altogether. It's more advanced, it's technologically advanced, and you'll find that the company has grown and not what it used to be. And this is what, I think Suki has instilled in every one of them to take a part in that and grow. And we must be thankful for that, because I've also noticed that he's given opportunities to each and every one of them to grow and become part and parcel of the company. And he's also now shared that part and parcel of the company by giving it back to the staff, be it whether it's here now in Mauritius, but it was also in the Wild Coast, and even the 10-year celebration. I've been here now for the latter half, 10 years, and that makes them different from any other companies. You've seen, and it says to us that they are growing. And then Transglobal, we're going to look at a further 10 years, and it's not for us as individuals, also for the generations to come. And that will grow. Well, they may reach 50, we don't know, but God has His way, God has His answers to that. And therefore, they'll go beyond that. And may God bless each and every one of you as you are part and parcel of the company.
Thank you. You can put it on the table, I'll pick it up. I'll make our way to get the desserts. And while we're doing that, I'll be speaking to the DJ.
Yes, please.
And then we can have a dance floor open. All right. The question?
Firstly, I'd like to say thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Governor. I honestly felt that I'm here on default. But thank you, and thank you for giving me that opportunity, Mr. Governor, for turning and coming out. And I'm really, it was a time when I needed a change, and I really appreciate it. And on behalf of Leon and myself, we really appreciate this opportunity of coming here to Mauritius. So thank you very much. I need to dance something. You're eating into
Well,
my
okay.
dance.
It's coming. Ladies and gentlemen, I think just before we all stand, can we... That's one. And just give a round of applause for every person that spoke here tonight. It's not the easiest, but let's just give a round of applause for that. Okay, I think the next one will be better. We're gonna do... Let's give a round of applause just one more time. Yes, before we finish, the last one, the big one. A round of applause to moi. Thank you.